For today's morning meditation, I'd like to respond to, I like to elaborate on a social media post of mine, which I think would hit so many of us that are going through the various valleys in our life in the right place. I wrote, God can send a crisis to unveil and reveal the real you. Don't ever curse your crisis. It's your launching pad for growth. The right crisis will break the chains of normal in your life. God didn't send your current crisis to take you under, but He sent it to take you over. Many times there's a tremendous blessing on the other side of a crisis. As I look back over my life, I can see many blessings on the other side of a horrible crisis. God can use a crisis as a vehicle to transport us to the next level. Don't curse your crisis. Your crisis is about to take you to a greater realm. If I were to give a title to this particular meditation, which will be a tad bit more brief than the ones I've done, it would be Don't Curse Your Crisis. Your crisis is taking you somewhere. Look, folks, in the scriptures, the Holy Writ, there's a passage of scripture that says, if ye faint in the day of adversity, then your strength is weak. Your strength isn't determined when you're on the sunlit summit of the mountaintop. It's how you take the various valleys of life. And I can tell you there's nothing like a crisis to rattle your brain, to test your mental stamina, to mess with your nettle. Because, a crisis, it brings with it fear, it brings with it conflict, it brings with it stress. But I'm telling you, your crisis is taking you somewhere. Don't curse your crisis. I can think of the various crises that I've been in my life, and time after time, God has shown up. And on the other side of the crisis, I can look back and say, hey, He blessed me. I serve a God that can cause all things to work together for my good. I have a God that can amazingly take what others meant for my evil and turn it around for my good. Don't curse your crisis. Your crisis is taking you somewhere. Your crisis is the vehicle to take you from one place to the next, one level to the next. Look, folks. Nothing will rattle your bout with complacency and mediocrity like a crisis. In the right crisis, we all can perform. Sometimes we have looming deadlines, and all of a sudden, creativity, ingenuity, and everything comes out. Those things that wasn't there when you were just sitting complacent. The right crisis will bring out the best in you. The right crisis will make you a creator, and make you an innovator, and make you someone who can make things come to pass. Don't curse your crisis. I can think of a crisis, and you've been in crisis. I hear the song so many times, he's a doctor in the sick room, but many times you got to sit in that seat. I've known that God is a doctor in the sick room because I've seen Him perform in the sick room. I know that He's a lawyer in the courtroom because I've seen Him perform as a lawyer in the courtroom. Look, folks, how do you know if He's going to be a way maker if you've never needed a way made? How do you know He's a doctor in the sick room if you've never been sick? Don't curse your crisis. Your crisis is the vehicle that God's going to take you from one level to the next. Your current crisis, that thing you're going through right now that has you up in the middle of the night, has you rolling in the bed, that has you almost pulling your hair out, that makes you feel like things are crawling over you, that's God moving you to a new place, heightening your sensitivity, taking you to a new spot to where things are going to turn around for your good. God, in the midst of your crisis, can prepare a table before you in the presence of so many folks that don't give a daggum about you. Look, folks, don't curse your crisis. It's the vehicle that God's going to use to take you from one place to the next. Your crisis, you shouldn't run from your crisis. Run to it. our morning meditation. Don't curse your crisis. God bless you.